comfort of, hey, guess what? You recognize you're a sinner, but God's got so much for you. So it's just recognizing where each person's at.
Can I give a little healthy pushback on that?
Yeah.
I'm very careful of words, right? Words that I use or that people use, and sometimes I'll point things out. Like, for example, Brother Holland said, use the word essence, and then I single that word out so that I can understand what he means by it, so that we can be absolutely clear in our language, so that we know where we are and where we're going. To me, if I say, like, you're a sinner, I find like that person might anchor their identity to that. And therefore never make a move outside of that, because that's who I am. Fine, I'm a sinner. And so when they fail and they take drugs again, or when they fail and they cheat, or they lie, or they steal, or they hurt someone again, it's just like, hey, well, that's what I am. I'm sorry, God, that's how I am, because I'm a sinner. And so I want to anchor them to an identity that is bigger than that, and say, you are a son of God, or you are a daughter of God, and you are loved, and you also behave in this way that as Brother Holland said, that sabotages your relationship, or sabotages the will of God.
And I think that's the point right there, Leonardo. You don't just walk up to some random person and say, like, on a YouTube channel or something, be like, hey, you're a sinner, right? Because you don't have a relationship with that person.
Right. I'm not again against telling someone, hey, you're messing up. You know, I'm not against that. Some of it will.
I hear your heart so well, and I want to honor that, because you're right, and it's that I think it's definitely the wrong pastoral bent to tell people that their identity is sinner. So we're not, neither of us are arguing that we're calling people sinner as their identity. We should tell them who God sees them at, or in who would ideally see them as, and that you are not meeting that standard. And that's your, especially for the Christian, like for the believer, if you're already a believer, church discipline is highly underrated, and it's one of the biggest things that's missing from the church these days. And that's why our churches tend to be very unhealthy in a lot of ways. So I know it doesn't feel nice and it doesn't sound nice. No, we should never say, you are sinner, you are this, you are that. We should say, you are redeemed of Christ, but you're not acting like it. And then for the lost, we can't judge the lost people by the truth that they don't have. Right. So our bent towards them should be compassion, and should be love, and should be justice, but it does tell the truth as well in love. So I totally feel your